What is up? It is Thursday, time for PAFO Plus. Um, just got done with my grueling 1 hour radio show. That 4 hours a week takes a lot out of me, but Wednesdays when I tape this, I get up in the morning, I listen to PAFO, go do my show, come home and tape PAFO Plus. And again, I want to thank the boys and girls for an hour and a half. Perfect. That's a perfect time. I don't know. I know you had Jackson on. I guess he'll be on next week. I hope that wasn't like a Tim McKernan one where it went 3.5 hours. I can't take it. Hopefully, you kept Jackson short. Just because you have a guest on doesn't mean you need to go more time. Just have your topics centered around Jackson or whatever you want to talk about. Just because you have a guest doesn't mean you need to go 3 hours. An hour and a half is fine. So thank you for going an hour and a half today. It was an easy listen and took my notes as usual. Started the show by I guess somebody clapped and Chris said, let's clap to start the show. Maybe we can get that clapper light thing to be a sponsor. What are you looking for? You're looking for people to listen that are 95 fucking years old? Nobody has one of those things anymore. Lights off. Why don't you get the life alert people too? I've fallen and I can't get up. You want younger people to listen to this. Don't be talking about the clapper as a sponsor. Think outside the box. I have ideas. Just call me. Um, Chris wanted to tell Zoe about a story about some dude named Donnie, and KG just waved it off, suggested he doesn't talk about it. When did you start running the show? I know you're doing 19 podcasts on this network, but you're not running the show. If Chris wants to tell Zoe about Donnie, let him do it. I don't know. I guess your reasoning was no, save it for the other podcast. Well, it doesn't matter. You can be on both podcasts. If he wants to tell the story to Zoe, let him tell it. You're not there to wave people off and run the show. Um, oh, you had a scheduled guest, but he fainted. I think it's like the third guest you're supposed to have that didn't show up. Um, if you want me to help you line up guests, I can do that. I'll line up guests that show up. No, I think the guy was a construction worker and he fainted from the heat. I hope he's doing okay because yesterday was a grueling 82 degrees. So I don't know when they taped it though. They probably taped it last week, so maybe it was one of those 95-degree days. But yeah, hopefully he's okay. But if you need a guest, let me know. I will get guests that won't cancel on you, like KG the dates. Um, and right off the bat, KG's promoting his new college football show. I didn't watch it because there's no college football going on. I mean, I saw the preview where you name the five hottest men coaches. Um, now you're not a woman. Now you're gay. I don't know. You were kept looking to your left, like, what do you think? You're not. There's nobody in there with you. Who are you talking to? The show. You're doing the show by yourself now. I'm sure you're going to get TMA people and sponsors and listeners to come in with you. But in this episode, who were you talking to? Now I don't know if you think so, but and you're looking to who the fuck are you talking? There's nobody in there. I know you have trouble doing a show by yourself. Look, I do this by myself. Granted, it's not that long, but your college football thing isn't going to be long either. So, and then you're deciding when to do it. Maybe I'll do it on Thursday, put it on Thursday. Well, I'm on Thursday. If you want to put something up against me, go right ahead. But the whole purpose of this is to spread them out. So you have, I know this is like the sixth pod, put it on a Saturday morning. People on the way to watch football, and you may get somebody to listen and say this is interesting. Chances are they're going to listen and say, fuck this. But, spread it out. Don't put two on the same day. They're probably going to choose me over your college football, and I don't want to hurt your feelings. So spread it out. Um, People agree KG talks too much. And something about TIFF. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck TIFF is. I guess it means talk too much. But it says TIFF. That means KG talks too much. I don't know if KG does talk a lot. I just don't think Zoe doesn't talk enough. Yeah, let the girl cook. She's got things to say. You guys are always talking about shit that she doesn't want to talk about. Here's a novel concept. Before the show starts, throw some topics out you want to talk about. Get Zoe involved. Just a thought. Your you're actually now talking about girls in the city merch, and you're coming up with and I don't even think it was on last week. I didn't see a girls in the city last week. So are you even doing it anymore? But I know last week you're looking for a persona for girls in the city. Who should I be? A woman. That's what you are. Gertrude, Penelope, uh, Josie, something. But merchandise? What, you want to put your picture on there? Don't, just think about things you can do that are good for the podcast, not your shirts. I mean, you can't even get people to text into the show. How are you going to sell merchandise? That's another thing. Haven't got any texts. How do they know to text? They just texting Chris's phone? I mean, is that how you're doing it? You're just asking friends to text in with a question and text to phone? They're not live because they don't even know when you're doing it. You got to work that out too. Um, Talked about WNBA and trans community. Then they forgot why they brought it up. And I'll be honest with you, I love Zoe. I'm not sure Zoe understood the topic. Because no one really informed what it was. I know KG says something about two NBA players want to play, and that's just stupid because they're not transgender. But I think Chloe thought that they were trashing transgender athletes, and that wasn't the case. And unless Zoe was misunderstood, because she said sport brings people together, everybody should be able to play together. The WNBA is a professional sport. People get paid to play this. It's not an intramural kickball game where you're going to say you can't play because you're a woman. It's the WNBA. It stands for Women's National Basketball Association. And the point that they're making is that somebody that used to be a man, that transgender to a female, does have an unfair advantage in certain sports. They're stronger. You don't lose all of your strength when you be when you transition into a woman. Certain sports like golf, things like that, but track and field. I mean, I saw where a male transitioned to a female and ran track against high school girls and won by like 300 yards. There's certain things that you don't lose just because you transition. And for a man to be playing in the WNBA against women, and I think all Sophie Cunningham was doing is just standing up for the women that some feel uncomfortable with a woman that used to be a man in the female locker room. That's you're just trying to protect other women. I'm not saying they're going to go in there and do anything, but some females feel uncomfortable with a transition female that used to be a male in there. That's all she was saying. She didn't say anything bad about the trans community. So I don't know if Zoe understood the whole sense of what what Sophie Cunningham said. But it wasn't nothing against the transgender community. I mean, I am pro LGBTQ. I mean, I have a lot of gay friends and I support them. And get appalled when people trash transgender people and gay people. But I don't think it's the same thing when you're just trying to keep transition men who became women out of women's sports. That's all it is. We're talking professional sports, not your weekend volleyball game or your weekend basketball game. There's no problem with that. So anyway, I know where Zoe was coming from, but I don't think she fully understood the topic, and I don't think anybody really questioned her on it. So that's on you, not you, Zoe, on them for not actually delving into what you were saying and maybe get some more answers. Something about poop lettuce. I don't know what poop lettuce is. I don't know. I just wrote down something about poop lettuce. I remember you talking about it, something about Taco Bell, but I don't know. And then KG did let us know what he had at Taco Bell. That's like the third week in a row. You guys have talked about what you had for lunch one night or dinner one night. Nobody cares. Then you talked about air fry cleaning. It's always something people want to know. There was sock talk, and Chris said KG and Zoe can eat him if they're on a desert island and they have nothing to eat and they're starving. They can eat Chris. A lot of times I want to tell you guys on the show, just eat me. But that's kind of you, Chris, to let you know that they could eat you. there was talk about PMDD and period and your period. Um, Women, if you're listening, women, you'll enjoy the topic. Men, I would fast forward. I would fast forward because Zoe was talking about her something shedding, having the period, and it was I don't know. I I wish Zoe, I wish you were around when we had the station 1380 of the woman because you would have been a superstar. I would have brought you in a second since I was the executive producer. I would have brought you in a second, gave you your own show, put another female in there with you. You would have ruled St. Louis on that radio station. Um, so I wish you were around when 1380 the woman was there because we might still be on the air and you'd be a superstar. Uh, but that talk, I couldn't listen to that talking about periods and PMDD. It's something to do with a woman. I don't know. Something about, I don't want to listen. Um, Zoe watched some movies and she said, I want to talk about it. Chris said, let's go and talk about it. And Zoe said, what? So I don't know if there was a miscommunication on what you were talking about, but Chris said, let's go. And Zoe said, what? Like, what do you want me to talk about? The movies. Um, and I think Zoe said she watched Gone Girl and Chris started breaking down Gone Baby Gone, which are two different movies. Um, it's good to know the studio is getting some more used furniture. Where are you going to put that? You got three chairs. You had the couch. I don't know what happened to the couch, but now you're getting some more used furniture. Again, check for spunk stains and shit stains and farting and all that. Maybe put some cloth over. KG got stood up on a date. The old hurt my hand excuse. This girl, though, I don't know where she's from. Maybe not stood up is the right word because she had an excuse. She said she hurt her hand pulling nails out of a railroad tie. And she said she was helping her paw. Where the fuck are you living? Petticoat Junction? Where is she from? Hurt my hand pulling some ties out of a railroad tie because I was helping out Paul. Next week she can't make the date because they're cultivating corn. Well, I don't know what fucking app you're on, buddy. Hope her hand's okay though. Da, 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 my pouch story, and you keep saying Tony's fired. Tony, I'm doing Tony a favor. As you said on the show, I used to have it set up where I could record it, and I had my own site on PAFO Plus. I recorded it and went straight to the PAFO Plus folder. Well, that went away when Jeff left, and KG hasn't set anything like that up. So instead of having Tony get it and Tony send it to KG, Tony let KG get into the folder. He's now has access to this folder, and I tape it on Zoom. It downloads, it goes into the folder. KG takes it and uploads. So I'm just eliminating Tony so he doesn't have to do any extra work. He's already doing my Patreon page. So it's just less work for Tony. Should be easier for KG too, but you keep saying, "Oh, I feel bad for Tony. He got fired." Right? If you want him to keep getting it and giving it to you, that's fine. But I'm just making it easier for everybody involved. You used to bitch about having to go through 3 or 4 channels, and now you only have to go through one, and you're still bitching. Papo show from the wilderness. You're talking about doing a Papo show from camping in the wilderness. Then you want to do a Diet Coke pub crawl. I have ideas. If you like them, call me. You're talking about things that will never happen. I think you should do something on the road. Here's a novel concept: get a sponsor and go out and do your show from a sponsor's place, a car dealership, an insurance company, a fucking restaurant, anything, and do the show from out there. A wilderness. How many do you guys even like to camp? In a Diet Coke crawl? I mean, who the fuck's going to that? I mean, a pub crawl is people go drinking. I know nobody drinks on the show. Zoe probably does, but Chris and KG don't. So a Diet Coke crawl, who's going to fucking join you on that? You have my number. Call me. I'll give you ideas. You're coming up with stupid ideas. And still getting no text. I talked about that. Um, talked about that. Break down the Illinois versus Ohio State game from last year. That was a good way to end the show. Um, and you ended the show talking about this college football show you're doing. Um, good luck to you. I mean, like I say, it's extra stuff. I mean, throw shit at a wall, something may stick. Um, you admitted you don't like doing a show by yourself. So you're going to have to rely on, I know you don't know any people, so you're going to have to rely on Tim or Jackson to come in, or a sponsor like Mark Hanna or James Carlton, or get Spicy Wiener to come in. You're going to rely on these people to do a show with you because you can't do it by yourself. Um, but do it. If it works, it does it. Again, I have ideas. You don't have to just throw something up there that you don't want to do. I know you want to get as much airtime as possible with you. That's why you're on 19 podcasts so far on this network. But there's better things you can do than talking about college football. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't know how tuned in you are to college football. I know you're a Mizzou fan, unless you just want to break down a Mizzou game or preview a Mizzou game, but I don't, how much you know about college football, except for this stupid video game you put together. But you're using all TMA listeners and TMA members to play. You're not using fucking players, so I don't know. But anyway, just if you want some ideas, let me know. I have some good podcast ideas, and I can probably find some people that'll help you with it. Do it with you. Not me. No, I'm doing enough. But just have fun with the college football. If it doesn't work, go do something else, man. Anyway, that's all I got this week. It was kind of again, it's an hour and a half. I can knock that out in 10 minutes. I love it. Well, it takes me an hour and a half to watch it, but it only takes me 10 minutes to critique it. You get to those 3 hours, and I spend half the time critiquing and bitching about how long it is. Hour and a half, I can't bitch. It's a perfect time. So anyway, there's this week's PAFO Plus. If you join it, leave a comment. If you don't, leave a comment. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your brothers and sisters, tell your girlfriend. I won't cuck you. Just tell them to listen. And subscribe. Doesn't take long, 5 seconds. Put in your email address, you're done. That's all it is. So anyway, I don't mind the comments. Just enjoy. Got any questions or comments, you can DM me too if you want them on Facebook. Just hit me up and say, Iggy, you suck, or something you'd like me to talk about. I can do that too. Just let me know. Anyway, thanks to everybody for watching, and we will see you next week. See you.